and as usual, I'm muted. Still making those rookie mistakes. Even though this is probably, I don't know, I think I've been streaming on and off for like 2 or 3 years, or at least content creating for 4 or 5. But this year has been a busy year for me. I've been taking a big break, so I think this is only my second stream of the year. But being a big Star Citizen fan, you guys know I just can't skip IE. It means a lot to me to catch this show. And even though this was a year I said I'm not going to spend any money, something about IE just brings it out of me. And of course, I, wasted more than I should have. But I'm kind of proud of myself because I only did spending on IE. And there were some good and bad ships in there. And one ship in particular, I think I might have had wrong the last time we stopped by and took a look at it. As a matter of fact, let's dive into that one real quick. Hopefully my music wasn't too loud over there. It's kind of hard. I can't really hear myself. All right, let's take a look-see. I really think for this IE that Drake kind of stole the show, so to speak. I think they had, better ship announcements than most. This particular ship we're looking at here, the Clipper, did not impress us the last time we were out taking a look at it, but I think that's because we didn't really understand what it was there for. Seeing it had a medical bed, we kind of thought it was a medical ship, which didn't make a lot of sense for what it is. But I think if you see the commercial, it really kind of clarifies everything, and it makes a lot more sense once you see it. So let's start out with taking a look at that commercial real quick because it kind of won me over. All right, here it is. First saw this guy, it's Shatnering and Star Citizen. Because I've not played this much this year, and I just finally got back into flying a little bit, so I got my wings under me a little bit. I haven't been through a jump gate, so that's one of the things I want to knock out tonight. But real quick, I want to check out the floor again because a lot of people have been making a big deal out of the Paladin, and I didn't really think much of it, but I think I'll take another look at it just before I decide to buy something, and take a look at the best in show ships real quick. So let's load on into Star Citizen and get the show on the road here. By the way, if I haven't mentioned it, I hope if you do celebrate Thanksgiving, I hope you're able to enjoy that with your family. For those of us here in the States, I'm not really sure. I know a lot of other countries have an equivalent, but it's probably not on this weekend like it is for us. Alright, let's see here. I thought I had Star Citizen loaded. And I do. It just looks like I've got a whole bunch of other stuff open, so I'm just going to close up all the other windows so we get peak performance. The other sad thing about me not playing very much this year is I finally upgraded my machine. And not that the other one couldn't do it, but this one seems to be able to do it much easier. So, which I think is a good time to upgrade for Star Citizen anyway, because I've been pushing the limits a lot this year. All right, let's see if I'm about to do this. Boom, we're in the verse. All right, let's load on in. I was in a little bit earlier working on my character, and I noticed it was very janky, so I guess everybody's getting in, probably, you know, because it's the end of the show soon, to try and figure out what they're going to get. And as cool as I look right now, I'm going to put on my cool shades here. There we go. Now I'm set. Give me 1 second, I'm going to clear my throat again. I haven't spoken for hours, so I think that's catching up with me right now. All right, I'm back and still waiting to get into Stanton. Feeling a little bit better though. It's starting to loosen up. I didn't bother to read this here. Is there any information here that's pertinent or important to my travels? Nick's being out there, that's another big thing. I've really missed Levski a lot, so I am planning on taking our new Clipper out there. Why not, for a little road trip? Alright, before we do that, I really want to take a quick trip over to the conference floor. Now, I'm a controller guy, and they still, as much as the advancements that they've done, it's still only like partially functional for me. So I'm like, using a controller on the left and a mouse on the right, I'm probably the only fool doing that. What can I say? You can't teach an old dog new tricks. Should land at a starport, which will be kind of helpful. I think that's close to the convention center. Last time I was here, there was like a shootout going on between players. It seems like it's a tame day today. Little turkey hangover. Alright, let's get moving here.
From be sure to double check flight information on your mobiGlass or one of the conveniently
I get
located
more people
information
popping in. I'll load up some stream avatars. I think I'm lost. It's been that long. It's kind of weird, you got like steps going down and then back up. Who designed this starport? Sorry, clear myself again. Hope I'm not getting sick.
Last call for passengers. The shuttle is preparing to depart.
Is that our shuttle? This guy. Yeah. Oh, wait. Not so sure. That looks like it's this one.
Enjoy.
Which is there now.
Hi. Last call for passengers. The shuttle is preparing to depart.
The fact that the fact that NPCs are talking now kind of threw me off. I thought they were like real people with like real hopes and desires.
The next shuttle is approaching the station.
Alright, let me see if I'm about to take my helmet off. That's like important. Only important for the sense that you have to eat eventually. Let's see. I was working on my look here. I'm not the best at doing this sort of thing, but I think he kind of came out decent enough. He's passable. I like this shuttle, which is going like super slow right now. So I don't know if this is true or not. I'm going to check out the best in show ships one more time real quick, but I think, and I'm not 100% sure that the ships have to be in your hangar tonight if you want to get the skins. Otherwise, you got to get like the best in show pack, which would be pretty expensive. It's either like that, or maybe they'll give you a day grace period to buy the ships. I really wish I knew. Just to be sure, though, I grabbed the ship anyway. Alright. I hate when it's at night. I feel like there's so much to see here otherwise, but it's mainly a bunch of pink clouds anyway, I guess. It's a cool world, and I must say, even though I haven't played very much, the playability does seem to be up a little. Obviously, it's joking with IE and all that stuff, but I haven't had too many crashes, and I don't think I've had any drops. I've had weird stuff in the terminal happen before, though, where it took like forever to queue up ships and things like that, but I'd have to say it's a lot better. I think I might start playing this again more regularly. Right now, at least from the perspective, I'm trying to remember how to fly again. It's like first you learn how to fly, then you move up to combat, right? And then some other activities, so I gotta like ease myself into it. My problem is though, I don't know if any of you play Elite Dangerous, but there's a really cool ship that's coming out for that, I think next week. Looks very Star Trek inspired. So I can't wait to get my hands on that. It's just that the flight models are a little bit different. I do the best that I can to map my flight sticks around the same for each game, but I mean, obviously there's, you know, differences. So that can be tricky, especially for an old dog like me.
Approaching next station. If this is your stop, please prepare to disembark.
It is my stop, and I definitely want to disembark. Yeah, it's a slow shuttle, but the ride not that bad. I kind of miss Area 18 now. That's still probably my favorite place for a conference. I know a lot of people like Microtech for a lot of reasons, but for some reason I just love Area 18. It's kind of like where my character, I wanted him to live, but most of my friends ended up moving out here, so you know, you gotta follow the mob. I like Area 18 a lot, and Lorville I kind of like too, from like a dirty, grungy, cyberpunkish kind of feel.
Whatever you say.
That's funny, as soon as I say that, some NPC's like, yeah, whatever you say.
And assign them an overall score.
It's good, keeps me a little company here. Oops, I totally screwed the camera up there. I will say I've been disappointed that there haven't been like specific manufacturer days. I mean, there have been, but what I'm trying to say is like on the floors, they used to rotate them around and you'd see like every ship from that manufacturer, and from what I understand, it's just kind of like a general setup this year. Which is a little disappointing. For some reason, I enjoy seeing all the ships. It's actually, if anything, it's made me not log into the game that much. Like I figure, okay, I went there kind of early last week, and you know, since it's the same thing, I was like, okay, I'll just watch the commercials, maybe buy something here and there. But I can do that all from the website. I don't have to actually be here. So I don't know if that was their intent or they just ran out of time or money. And I should watch my sustenance. You know, I wonder if since it's Aegis Day, maybe I can rent the Paladin and really get a feel for it. interested because like I have an Asgard and I kind of like it, but it seems like everybody's making a big deal of this Paladin. Harbinger. So yeah, I've got a lot of these ships here. I don't know if you've been playing for a long time. Does it feel like the old ships are not as much fun anymore because they like need refreshes and stuff? I must have passed it. Wait. Paladin starts appearing. Let's do this. Let's click on the Aegis symbol. I don't think there's anything from Crusader I want to try. There's Titan, Stalker, Warlock. Where is the Paladin? Yes, I did return. Hopefully I'll stick around. We'll see. How's SC been treating you this year? Thanks for dropping by and staying hi. It's like super late where I'm at, so I wasn't expecting to catch too many people. But I'd rather not be alone, so I figured I'd turn on the stream and see who shows up. Is the Paladin by Anvil? Probably. By the way, I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not. We said the greatest game ever. Do you consider it a game right now where it's at?
Yeah, I'm about ready to.
I know it's got a lot of content. Alright, this is another ship I actually have in my hangar, the Perseus, but I have not tried it out yet, so I hear it's worth it though. Alright, let's find where that Paladin's hiding. And if there's the water lady, I gotta get some sustenance. I am not famous for not taking care of my health and then passing out at the most inopportune times.
Make sure that your perfect day stays that way.
JP, if you're playing Star Citizen, what ship do you enjoy flying the most? What's your daily driver? Now that I'm coming back, I mean, I have a hangar full of crap, but I don't know which one I like the most. I think I used to drive the Mercury a lot. Flying, excuse me. So I'll probably stick with, flying that one. But there's so many new ships out there. I mean, I have a Meteor in my hangar that I have never tried. I have for those two new Mirai ships. I got those just because they look cool. They look like TIE fighters, but I haven't flown them, so I don't know what I'm doing. And this is not the hole I meant to go into. It's like alien crap. There's a Sulian that my friends like. They have no taste though, so we'll excuse them. This is super cool paint for the Talon, I must say. I haven't been the Talon in years, but that looks cool. Oh, man, you're PvPer. I wish I was good enough to be PvP. Maybe someday I'll get there. Maybe if I, watch a bunch of Avenger 1. What's a good ship for PvP right now, anyway?
Attention visitors to the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. Please
I
remember to
like
stay
the
hydrated while exploring
Buccaneer,
the exhibits
but
on display.
it's like a glass cannon, right?
A selection of
It's got that
beverages.
typical
Tasty snacks
Drake
are
hull,
available for
which is like
participation.
paper thin. Sorry, I had to clear again. Okay, so what is the deal with the Stinger? I've been hearing that name a lot. Yeah, the Buck, I mean, I like it because it looks like it's like an X-Wing kind of, but, I mean, yeah. Once the shields go down, you're like screwed. This looks really cool. I can kind of see why people are steering me towards it, but I've never flown it. Are you getting this? It looks like a really cool ship. It's probably more for like group play. I just noticed it wasn't too expensive either. This looks like what is it, like a souped up Valkyrie? Oh, my camera. Just give myself a headache there. Give myself vertigo.
I had to them as a manufacturer.
It's supposed to store a lot of guns.
All right.
Not very good at ground combat either, though. But those are my goals. If I come back, I want better PvP and ground combat and just flight in general. This is kind of weird. What's down here? The remote station. So this is where the gunners sit. Interesting. There's like two of them. would be a good group play ship, right? Ladder up here. My problem is that, the very last time I played, I was, hauling with the Asgard. And I thought that was going to be a temporary thing, like it melted and then upgraded, but I'm kind of on the fence. I think I'll keep it. So then that means that if I get this one, I have to spend a lot more money.
On to the next holiday.
Actually, I might stay for a while.
It looks cool. I was hoping I could rent it, but I guess I missed out. I'm probably end up buying it and just melting it anyway if I don't like it.
I've been pretty blown away by everything on the show like this.
Holy crap, I scared myself. I wasn't expecting to see this. Some moves are functional. That looked kind of weird though. That was funny. I was like, who's in that box? Because last time I was here, the mirrors were like kind of a joke. I hope it don't look that bad though. Yeah, these quarters suck. It's very like sporty.
From what I've seen so far, I really think this is the manufacturer to beat this year.
The old Vandal ship. Do you have like the one you can't get anymore?
Compared to the last one.
I forget what that one's called.
It's a great show this year.
I have a blade on like my main account. But yeah, I just got it because it was cool. Not because I'll become good at like fighter combat. That's the dream now.
I think I've seen enough of
I
these.
saw there's a new one out. It looks like a blade on steroids.
Actually, I might stay for a while.
I don't know what they call that thing. This looks kind of cool, but it seems like definitely like kind of like a redeemer. Kind of like, it's like a ship that you go out with friends, I guess, to like blow something up, like maybe Xeno threat. But outside of that, I don't think I use it that much. And then I got a Perseus and a Polaris. And I just, because I haven't been around, I don't have people to take it out with and have fun with, so I'm kind of thinking I'll think small this year. That's why the Clipper kind of interests me a little bit. Alright, let me just check out Best in Show, and then speaking of that Clipper, let's check it out because I'm kind of excited to fly it. Two things. I want to take it on a little trip, but also I've never been to this new Nix experience deal, so I want to see what that's about.
Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. Please remember
Last
to
time I
stay
saw
hydrated while exploring the
Levski,
exhibits on
I was sad because it was,
For your
going away, and I was
convenience,
pretty
a
sad
selection
about
of
that and
beverages
depressed about it.
Tasty snacks are available.
So Levski was, as a hauler, was like one of my favorite stops to go to. But I'm hearing they changed it, right? It's a lot bigger now. So anyway, seems like it's worth going out there to check out, and it's a good excuse for me to use my new ship. And I knew I was going to take a wrong turn, so I ended up back here at the Alien Hall. Alright, well, since I'm here, I think this ship over here, right, is the one I'm thinking about. That's like the blade on steroids. Have you flown this one? Is it decent? It's kind of cool, but I think I'm done buying alien ships. I love my Banner Defender, but they just cost so much for what we get, I think I'll definitely, what I'll do is make it a stretch goal in game. I'll get back in the hauling and try to earn enough money to like buy these. I do have like a Raylan somewhere in my hangar, so I think that'll probably be like the last alien ship that I buy. Oh, I forgot I also have Emergent Man. I got that so long ago, back when it was cheap, that I forget about it because it seems like it's never coming out. It was like close to coming out once, and then they changed their mind or something. I forgot what happened. Or maybe somebody quit. Can't imagine why anybody would quit SIG. It's a little hint of sarcasm. Anyway, speaking of these two here, I did pick up one of these ships. I think I got the Delta. The Wolf. I can't do a wolf. I had to sleep. I wanted to do like a wolf owl. But I do like the retro feel of how this looks. I only flew for 2 seconds though, and I kind of got bored. Not being a fighter pilot.
When your trip is ready to go the extra distance, stop by Cooper Intergalactic to see their
It seems like
lineup
they're
of quality
fast, so they
stuff
should be good for
and
that.
learn why they are the perfect addition to
And
any
this is the Meteor that I bought just because I had a... what's the ship this is based on again? Gosh, I have so many ships now, I'm forgetting their names. Anyway, I had the other ship just because I liked the way it looked, and it was kind of like a nice ship to like fly from point A to point B in. is because I could upgrade the old chassis.
Gathering the latest and greatest from manufacturers
Stuff.
across the empire. The Intergalactic Aerospace
I
Expo
hope
is
I'm
where
going the wrong way.
spaceship enthusiasts
Deeply
come to take
apologize if I'm
flight.
going the wrong way. But hey, there's more stuff to see if I'm going the wrong way. This is Origin, yeah. Well, since we're here, let's take a look at the new Gray Cat truck, which I'm on the fence about getting. I got the last one just as like an LTI token, but ground vehicles I barely ever use. Does anybody use those? I guess if you're a racer, right? And speaking of the Clipper, there she is. I gotta say, last stream when we looked at this, we were laughing at that thing. We're like, what is this? Who designed this? Are they running out of ideas? But that commercial just did change my mind. That's for sure. I guess I'm easily swayed by a good commercial. It still has a very weird look to it, but yeah, whatever. For what it is, you know, like a solo base of operations for people, I think that's pretty cool. This is the whole Gray Cat lineup, huh? I like these, except, is this a DS? Oh my god. They have a lot of nerve. I mean, right now, there's like... most manufacturers don't have a lot of their good stuff out there, and somebody has the nerve to put a DS out here, which has to be like the biggest joke in the game. I'm not gonna lie, I got the DS when it first came out because I thought, hey, it was gonna be cool. This guy looks like it's got flat tires. But yeah, I got the DS. Of course, you know, nobody wants to go mining in that thing, so I finally upgraded. That's what I upgraded to the Wolf, actually. I took my DS, which was never being used. This thing looks kind of cool. I like the concept of it. Let's take another slow look in here. I mean, I do like Gray Cat when it comes to vehicles. And this one kind of reminds me of the Warthog from Halo, because you got the gun in the back there. I think it's an anti-aircraft gunner. So I don't know. I think what's annoying to me is like I have an MTC and I think they're priced the same, so I can't upgrade it. Which is balls, CIG. Especially, you know, being the fact that you guys don't even have roads in the game. At least throws a bone. But whatever. You know, that's, you know, all the advances that Star Citizen makes, when they add roads to planets, then I'll be impressed. It just does not seem like it's on the radar at all. Very much like a Starfield effect, you know, kind of like it was an afterthought. The funny thing is, I mean, they've got rallies, they've got races. I mean, people would drive if you gave them an opportunity to, right? Alright, I'm looking for best in show and then we're out of here. That may be in Hall 4 and 5. And I'm keeping an eye on my sustenance there at 38%. Hoping I don't pass out as I hobble out of the conference hall. Funny thing is, I had to go to a real conference last week for my job in real life. And that was like a day at Disneyland. It was like 16,000 steps a day at least. So I can kind of like relate to this guy running around like crazy. And I must have gone through the same freaking hall again. Alright, that's Crusader, and just see what Crusader put out there since I'm here. I feel like I'm never going to get the best in show.
Hard to believe that I've been getting to go to these for almost a decade now.
I consolidated with their little Nomad Cybertruck wannabe thing. Is this a Spirit? Alright, I love this ship, like the idea of the ship and the shape of it.
Alright.
But I tried to haul with this thing the other day. It is a pain in the ass to do box missions with, or to try to load with. Yeah, I have a little Atlas, I'm like shoving stuff in the back, and then the most frustrating thing too is I think it's only got like 64 SU of cargo. So it takes it out of a lot of cargo missions. It's like, I think a Zeus fits like twice as much as this thing is, and this thing is not small, it's big, so that's annoying to me. Like, I don't know if you can get inside here. The cargo area is so small for a cargo ship. What the hell? I'm thinking of getting like an upgrade to the ES though, because when passenger missions come out, that's gonna be my thing. I'm gonna be hitting that. Because I enjoy doing that in Neatly Dangerous. But yeah, here's the thing. This is like your whole cargo area, so I think I had like the medium crates, and I needed to haul like, I think like 8 of them, and I couldn't get 8 in here. I think maybe 6 was what I was able to do, which is a real pisser. Alright, yeah, this is the ship I have, but I've never used. Hopefully it's good. Wood Guardians. And I'm really on the fence. I have a Fury, or is like an LTI token. I never use that thing. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna upgrade it to something at some point. I'm like one of those fools that'll buy the cheap LTI tokens and just kind of like hold it in my hangar. Just because like things like the Wolf, I kind of slept on. I wasn't playing the game at that time, so when it comes around, like for the sale here, I don't think they were offering LTI. Maybe they were doing it on the new one, but not the old one, so. But just an example, I like to hold on to those little junk ones so I can upgrade when I decide. We talked about putting roads on planets down the line. Yeah, but
Gathering the
planets down
latest
the
and
line for
greatest from
sake.
manufacturers across the
Sound
empire.
like next
The
year
Intergalactic
or 10
Aerospace
years from now.
Expo is where spaceship enthusiasts come to take flight.
But that's encouraging that at least they spoke about it. So at least it's on somebody's radar. I just hope that whoever's thinking about it, that they stay at the company long enough to get it out there. Speaking of tokens, I got a few of these as tokens. Yeah, I like them, but yeah. As a matter of fact, I'm one of the guys that if you had roads in games, I would probably buy more of these ground vehicles and be happy with them. You could use the 3 PTVs I've gotten for free.
Find a new favorite? Then why not take it for a test ride? Many of the vehicles on display at this year's IDE are conveniently available to rent.
Yeah, I was being kind of a jerk with that question there about like what is down the line for CIG, but I don't know, man. I backed this game pretty early on. I think I originally backed this game maybe like shortly after a year after the Kickstarter. So I mean, I was here when all they had was like a hangar. You could just walk around it. Sorry, I'm looking for water, by the way. If you're wondering like why am I screaming out here looking for it? Let's try this stuff, see if it's any good. Just need a little sustenance. But yeah, I remember like the first iteration of the Cutlass. I don't know if you guys remember, it did not look the way it looks now. You have to go back and change that. Okay, I did not mean to throw that. Give that to some homeless guy in the verse. You guys tell that I'm rusty? Maybe that hurts lag. Let's try this again.
Attention visitors to the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. Please take
There we go.
care when your vehicles on display. Remember,
It's just because this thing got. You know what really disappointed me too is I was like super excited when they put in those distribution centers. I'm like, okay, we're gonna get some roads now. We're gonna get a reason to like drive off of our ship and stuff, but it never really came to fruition. Alright, let's see. Salvation. Sorry, I got thrown off there. That's like the new cheap ship, right?
when your trip is ready to go the extra distance,
I
stop
don't know
by
about a salvaging. I guess if you salvage, this isn't a bad starter ship for you though.
learn why they are the perfect addition to
What
any
you can do in there though? Not to mention, it feels like they stole this ship from Elite Dangerous, just looking at the shape of it. Not the CIG would steal anybody's design. Alright, what did we do wrong? I think we went to this one and went to this one. So which hole did I miss? Must be on the other side somewhere. So which dream will be me trying to find the best in share
Gathering
ships?
the latest and greatest from manufacturers across the empire. The Intergalactic Aerospace Expo is where spaceship
Is
enthusiasts
get
come to
suckered
take
into buying
flight.
anything like me. I don't even want to tally like how much I spent. Because like if you get like a little ship with like the little upgrades, or like maybe like a 3 like little ships before you know it, it's like well, $300 right there. Oh, 7 wreck. Thanks for stopping by. Are you a Star Citizen pilot? if you want. I'm just curious, like, what you do in the game, because I'm trying to come back to Star Citizen. I'm trying to fall back in love with it. I'm trying to figure out what activities I would do. I have one of these, so I think I'm gonna give hauling a try. Hopefully they fixed it though, because when I got it, loading this thing was like a real pain in the ass. You're lucky if it got loaded. It's not exactly how I want to spend my quality time. You got way too much on your account? Well, how many years have you been playing? Because like, if you've been playing a lot of years like I have, I mean, it's just, you're gonna get a lot of crap after a while, right? While you're waiting for this game. And we're just going around in circles here. We've been here.
Please remember to stay hydrated while exploring the exhibits.
Where is Best Show hiding? I swear that I saw it the last time I was here.
Snacks are available for purchase in the lobby.
You guys see me pass that, just yell at me. Hey, idiot, move left. Okay, out of all the ships you have on your account though, like, what's your daily driver? Mine used to be the MSR. Yeah, we definitely were there too. Oh well. I might just have to be disappointed and not see the Best in Show ships. Well, I pretty much know what they are. And I watch a lot of Infrarunners and they talk to me in the Gladiator. The ship that I've made fun of for years, because if you've ever seen, and I always say this about the Gladiator, if you've ever seen the really awful Wing Commander movie that Chris Roberts did, I feel like it looks like one of the ships from that movie. And I'm so traumatized from having to sit through that movie. Looking at that ship brings you back there. It's like a little PTSD. You know what I'm talking about? Alright, that's, I guess it's just not here. No. It's fine. We'll go pick up my new shiny clipper. I know shiny and Drake is like an oxymoron, but we'll see what it's like. I think I got the red paint job, so maybe we can make it look a little fancy there. Trouble? Okay, let me turn down the volume there. You're fine, I'm glad you said something. So, yeah, sometimes I just can't tell. Let's bring down the audio volume a little bit. I know my voice is a little bit out of it too. Let's bring down the master a little bit, see if that helps. And I'll bring down the sound on the music. It was low anyway. I couldn't even tell if it was there. Alright, hopefully that's better. Sorry about that. And if my audio is messed up or anything's messed up on the stream, please feel free to let me know. Alright, well, if you could hear me, I was trying to find the Best in Show ships. I don't know if any of you guys have made it onto the floor. I could have sworn I saw it the last time I streamed, which is like 3 or 4 days ago. But anyway. I guess it's not there. Good, thanks for the check there. My voice in general is just weak right now. I'm gonna get back to the expo lobby here. Alright. So, I am excited to take out the Clipper. I've never really been excited about a Drake ship. Even though Drake is like one of my favorite manufacturers, because when it comes to actually getting work done, I feel like the Drake ships are good for that. What they look like is, you know, another story, but, you know, they have their own little charm. Thank you for visiting. I was a little thrown off because we got here at night. And I'm like, where's the exit? But I spent that much time running around that it's daytime now. Alright, here we go. Waiting for the next shuttle back to the starport. I have a little PTSD looking at this too, because I think the last time I was here it was like Siege on Orison. I can't remember if this was part of that mission or not, but it looks like it was one of the playsets. Anyway, they still have that buggy race thing here. Yeah, I feel like Wreck, I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm high or something, but I feel like I had seen it. But last time I was here, we just came here, we saw the Clipper, and like none of us knew what it was for because it was before the Drake Day. It was before the commercial came out, so my friends and I were like, oh my god, what is that? You know, we're just like laughing at it and making fun of it. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I would like it. You know? Well, I should say the commercial made me like it. Let's see what actually flying it's like. Then we'll see if I really like it. And while I'm waiting, let me reset this view here. Well, I think I did a good job. I haven't played Star Citizen in a while, but I think my guy looks dashing. Yeah, for an old guy. Last time I played a female, I might as well just go back to that. I will say they've improved, like, how you can create your avatar and all that stuff, but it's, like, too many options. I don't do good with that many options. Yeah, I hope the Best in Show paint is worth it. Yeah, we got some more people coming.
Please clear
Sorry
the hatch.
guys,
All
show
will be departing.
sucks this year. But you'll figure it out on your own. It does kind of suck. I mean, I don't know. I just missed the manufacturer floors. It like gave me something to look forward to each day, even though I guess you could argue that it's the same ships every year. For the most part, like about 80% of the same ships. I'm surprised there's a shuttle like right behind this one. That's just not good planning. Orson Transit Authority. You can at least say, yeah, saving the look definitely was a big deal, especially because now I've been playing so much, I've got like 2 freaking accounts. Both in Concierge, which I'm not proud of, but it's kind of hard. Like, let's say you buy something every sale, and you're waiting for this game to come out for like a decade now. I will say I did not buy like, well, I can't lie, I did buy one ridiculously large ship that I shouldn't have bought. But aside from that, like, I didn't get, like, I wasn't like one of those people who ran out and got the Idris and all that stuff. Even though, no shade, I mean, if you got one, really cool. Just don't think I'd use it that much. Me being the solo NPC that I am. Oh, man. You're in Eastern Europe? That's pretty cool. What is the weather out there? I was in Europe earlier this year, but it was not Eastern Europe. I was in London, the UK, so would that be considered Western Europe? I don't know. Seems like Star Citizen's got a following in Germany and certain parts of Europe.
Approaching next station. If this is your stop,
I think of Eastern
please
Europe,
prepare
I
to
think of,
disembark.
you ever seen a guy, Grumpy Eye? His videos? I don't know if he still makes videos or not, but I used to enjoy his stuff. I forgot where he was from
Last
now.
call for passengers. The shuttle
I'm
is
thinking
preparing to
somewhere
depart.
in Eastern Europe, though, just based on the accent. Snowing. Well, see, I live in California in the United States, so for me to see some snow, I have to like put in some effort. We have it in the hills, but
Providing
I'm sorry,
connections
I
to
have
all
not
major
played in a while, so I
platforms.
got a little
Crusader
lost here. I'm
Industries
like, where
is
am I going,
happy
guys?
to offer free and convenient transit to all visitors aboard the
No,
Orson
let me
Skyway
in,
shuttle
dude.
service. Have a pleasant stay. The next shuttle is
He's that guy,
approaching the station.
looking at me like an idiot, trying to get in there. Let's see.
Last call for
But
passengers.
yeah, actually, like,
The shuttle is
I don't know
preparing
if there's
to
much snow this year, but I used to enjoy skiing because I lived on the eastern half of the United States, so I grew up with snow. But now as I get older and my knees are starting to fall apart, it's not so much fun anymore, but I guess I can ski if I drive like 3 hours into the hills. Romania, Turkey, even Russia and Belarus, yeah. So you guys have caught the CIG fever? Do they have a lot of bar citizens out there? I can't even say anything. I went to the last Citizen Con here in the States. I don't know if, I think this year was virtual, right? So I think like 2 years ago I went to Citizen Con, which I'm glad I did because they don't do it anymore that way. But
Hostilities across the empire increasing.
it was the year he announced that Squadron 42 is feature ready. Yeah, I think that was his words, feature ready. So it was, the conference hall was going crazy. We're like, yeah, we're gonna get Squadron 42, yeah. And yeah, jokes on me.
Be ready. Contact your Crusader Industries.
I'm not bitter though. Oh, this is the armor you can get as a Twitch drop, which by the way I have that enabled, so You'd have to be like subscribed to my channel, I think, and watch for a few hours to get this. But doesn't this look cool? This looks like a cross between like Warhammer and Darth Vader, if you ask me.
Please visit us again.
I think I did get this armor. I just don't want to put it on because I have a habit of dying annoyingly, and I'm not sure what would happen to it. Oh, before we call the ship, let me see if I remember how to do this. I'm pretty sure I got a red paint job, so let's apply the paint first. I'm a little rusty though, so if I do anything wrong, you guys just, call me out. This looks a little bit different. Assets. Check my assets. Is this right? Yeah, vehicles. Oh my god, it's gonna be embarrassing. You guys are gonna see everything I spent money on. And Crusader. It's a little, it looks cool, but it's a little more confusing than I'm used to. You don't lose gear when you die currently. Things in your backpack are vulnerable though. Oh, well that's cool. In that case, then I'm gonna deck myself out. Yeah, I feel like I used to lose like stuff I'd pay for and I'd have to wait for like the next wipe, and that was really annoying. Is this lag, or am I just doing something wrong here? Let's go other vehicles. It sucks. All right, let's just hope that when I pull it out that'll, it's magically into red paint. Which I don't think it will be. But then again, like, my spirit for some reason is always in the red paint, and I never applied the paint to it. All right, just pretend you don't see all this crap in here. I mean, it's cool to have, but it's become a badge of shame for me at this point. Because I feel like I have all this stuff and the game is still not ready yet. So I have mixed feelings. I love the game. I love the dream. I'm just not crazy about the fact that I'm losing more and more hair. Waiting for it to come out. All right, Clipper. That's interesting that the category is generalist. I feel like that was not a category before. Vehicle tab to change paint. Yeah, that's what I was looking for, but like, okay, let's do this one more time. And then I'm gonna give up on it. Assets and so vehicles, right? And let's just say all types, right? So I'm thinking you press next, right, to see what you have, or am I wrong? Or does it load here? But the fact that maybe because of IE and every, as we used to say when I was a kid, every Tom, Dick, and Harry's here. Maybe that's why it's not loading. I don't know. I guess that thing is not PC correct anymore. Don't cancel me. I just got started. All right. Well, we'll pull it up anyway. I'm excited, guys. I feel like this ship is going to replace the Cutlass, though. Well, if it delivers on what it's supposed to do. We'll see. Cutlass is kind of iconic, though, in Star Citizen. It's kind of hard to think that would ever get replaced. Alrighty, there we go. I hate when stuff comes in the extra large one, man, because, like, come on, man. This ship is like a medium at best, which means I've got to walk around like a huge hangar just to get to it, right? I feel like that's the AI just like making fun of me. Let's see. You're a Star Marshal, concierge, and you got 0 to judge people. Thank you. I feel a lot better. I have like 2 accounts and they're both concierge, so that's, yeah. I probably could have bought a car with how much money I've given Chris Roberts. But I will say it wasn't all in the same year. It's been spread out. Let's see, largest ship on your account determines your home hangar size. Darn it. I think this account has an 890 jump on it and a Perseus. Oh, I'm sorry, a Polaris. Again, not all bought the same year. I was lucky. I got the 890 jump when it was a brand new thing, so it was nowhere near the ridiculousness that it is now as far as pricing goes. Yeah, I really wanted to paint this thing. Jeez, you know, for the extra large hanger, this looks kind of nice. It's a very fancy hanger. But here we go, like, I don't know, guys, if this is real life, I'd be, like, exhausted making this walk. By the way, do I have enough? Okay, we got 70% sustenance. What do you guys think? Is that enough to make it to Nyx? Without dying. Alright, it's my brand new shiny clipper. It's a little shiny. It's got a little shine for a Drake ship. Just gonna take a quick look around. Maybe the last time I see it fully in one piece. I feel like the lasers are... Am I crazy? It seemed like the repeaters were firing. That's just part of that Star Citizen jank, right? It's different than Bethesda jank, but you know, it's still jank nonetheless. Alright, let's get into this guy. I may turn up the game volume a little bit, so we can get some sound effects going here. But yeah, here's one of the things I'm not really too crazy about. Like, what do you guys think? Could a mule fit in here? Maybe. I guess some bikes would be able to fit in here. I'm not so sure about carrying cargo though. And it definitely looks like a Drake ship on the inside. All right, let's close this up here. Oh, those are lights. I don't want the lights. There we go. Well, that's weird. I'm not too crazy with how they did that. This is kind of interesting. Now you got some more storage space here, so I wonder if you could put like a bike there, like a dragonfly or something. All right, I'm not too crazy about ships that I have to like climb up and open hatches. Like, what is that? This looks really cool. This looks like it's very steampunkish. I'm not sure what the heck this thing does though. Let's see, you got lucky when buying the Polaris. It was a gifted C2 Herc. Okay, let me put on the chat, by the way, so that people on YouTube can see what people on Twitch are typing. Let's see, you got lucky buying the Polaris. It was a gifted C2 Herc. Oh, how'd you get the gift though? Whoever gifted you that is a really nice person. I'd put out for a Polaris. It's going good, BA. How's it going? Is it base TV? I'm just gonna call you BA. It's easier for me. Anyway, this is my new Drake clipper, and I'm trying to figure out what it does, and I don't know what each room is supposed to be. Like, I know in the commercial it's got like 3 levels, which is a little confusing to me for the size of the ship, but whatever. I think it's cool that, you know, it's got this medical room here though, and hot surface. Like, what the hell is this? Is this like engineering crap? Which, by the way, here is coming into game, what, next patch? So I'm either gonna love or hate this game after the next patch. I'm already at the point where I'm trying to get back into it, but if they like complicate this even more, that's cool. It's got an elevator here. Guys, I'm so confused. Why would they throw an elevator here? Well, I mean, it's kind of cool. All right, yeah. Maybe I'm being too judgmental here. It's kind of cool. It's kind of like how the Corsair, which I have somewhere, how you can like take the elevator to the roof, which I think that was a cool touch. I don't think it's very useful, but I thought it was a cool touch. Let's see. When you first started, you ended up rescuing a player? Oh. That is cool. Are you guys still friends? Better question should be, does that friend still play? All right, I'm gonna have to look this up here because this room kind of bothers me. Like, I don't know what that's about, but it looks kind of cool. It looks like if I'm having a fight, like if somebody tries to get on my ship, I would just push him here and, you know, let him go through the grinder. All right. Engineering terminal. All right, so that means things will fall apart, as you would expect a Drake ship to fall apart. That is one thing I'm worried about. Probably a lot of engineering going on. And I guess this is where you're supposed to do meditation, like the dude was in the commercial. Kind of like, man, I wish I could afford something better than Drake, but you know, it is what it is. All right, and we got the cockpit here. All right, let's see how this thing goes. Only one seat. Well, I guess it's supposed to be a solo adventure. I believe I heard that all Drake ships, the cockpit is based off of the Cutlass, so it definitely has the Cutlass seat there going on. Stopped playing some time ago. Yeah, I think like, I don't know. I love this game still. I love the dream of it, but sometimes I just got to take a break. And that's so funny, guys. I forgot the Toby eye tracker was on, but that's cool. I mean, I just reinstalled the game. I didn't have to recalibrate it. It just worked perfectly, which is not something it did in the past. All right, now I'm going to turn up the sound effects just a little bit so it can help me out a little bit. But if it's too loud and it's like overpowering my voice, let me know, guys. And I know a lot of times you go watch streams and you're like, wow, this guy really knows what he's doing. I have not played this game in a while, so I may look like a fool. I don't mind if you call me a fool, but I'm just warning you ahead of time. All right. That's kind of cool. It's got that little fan there going. I don't know why, like, small little details like that impress me, but they do. All right, let's see if we remember how to turn this on. All right. Definitely looks Drakeified. Let's turn on the engines here. All right, engines are up. And I'm just going to turn the volume some more because maybe it was just loud in the conference hall. But I want to be able to hear like the ATC guy. I hear they're funnier now. Like they got a sense of humor now. The other thing is I think I turned down the game volume to stream. All right, I called the ATC. I don't know if the guy answered or not. All right, there he goes. All right, I couldn't hear him, but I guess he opened it. And yeah, the door is opening. Okay. All right, guys, wish me luck. First time flying in a very, very long time. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There we go. That feels good. It's like riding a bike. And luckily it's daytime. I don't know how I feel about this. It looks kind of like a frog, but it may grow on me. We'll see. Let's see how it handles. Have any of you guys bought this ship? That's, you know, it's kind of a cool effect the way it looks when it unfolds the wings. I'll give them that. Sig. All right, it kind of reminds me of my Herald in the way that it flies and feels. But it's not bad. Let me see if I can we barrel roll it like they do in the commercial? Whee! Okay, it's the easiest move ever. Let me see, does it have VTOL effect here? I'm pretty sure I'm hitting my VTOL button and I can't get it to fold. Maybe it's under configuration. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't, I don't know, not look like a jackass. All right, that's cool. That, you know, you say what you will about Drake, they have the best thruster effects. I feel like their thrusters look the best, especially on the Cutlass. That ship is like all thruster. All right, let's lock in the next gate as we escape the atmosphere. Hopefully I did that right. Flown it a couple times through a subscriber. Handles all right. Could be faster and sounds like it's about to fall apart. Well, that's cool. I want it to sound like it's going to fall apart because it looks like it's about to fall apart. Speaking of things that are going to fall apart, what is the deal with this Shiv thing? And is it worth my time? I don't even know what they are. Is it like some sort of like jank manufacturer out of Pyro or something? Or I'm sorry, I'm just trying to look around here and get the feel for this guy. He's got a decent amount of guns on him. Let me see how my guy looks in here. He's probably like, I wish I spent more money on an Origin. It's interesting. And apparently my key maps are also affecting my flight. Alright, anyway, it takes a little while to get out of RYZEN if I recall. Let's lock in that gate. I'm glad they fixed the map, because my god, I would say for 4 or 5 years, because I think I actually started playing the game maybe around 2020, the map was like the bane of my existence. I hated that thing. It was like taunting me all the time, never locking in. All right, next baby. It's already, what do you mean it's already selected? All right. Well, that's fine. I just want to get to the gate. I thought there was like a map view button. Oh, I'm actually looking at Nick's, aren't I? Rookie mistake. It's fine. It's fine. I just want to find the gate. All right, so we got to go back to stand. I take it. See, the map still is taunting me. It's like, hey, idiot. All right. There we go. Next gateway. That's what we want. Didn't look like there was terribly much in next. But I'm still interested in seeing. All right. Do we have a lock? We are upside down. But that is our orbital marker. That's where we're trying to go. I'm sorry if the camera's moving around janky, it's probably because I'm moving my head a lot, trying to get used to the head tracking. All right, let's get to 100% calibration and punch it. Yeah. It's a little slow down there. Does that happen to everybody, or is it just my rig leaving RYZEN? All right, next gateway. Let's do this. It's locked. It says. There we go. Okay. It's like a little delay for me for some reason in the game, but I'm imagining it's probably, you know, it's a holiday weekend here in the States, so it's probably a lot more people playing than usual. Let's see, plants currently aren't in Nix yet, but there are a lot of stations located there. Okay. Oh, you said only through contracts though? What's up with that? Like I gotta build some rep with Nix? They don't trust me? This stand boy. Sorry, just stretching my neck here. This Toby thing is amazing. I don't have it tracked on my eyes because I find that it's a little bit too sensitive for the eyes, but I definitely have the head thing going on, and I find it helps me because I'm not, you know, again, not an ace pilot, but I do like to be able to see what my surroundings are. And with this ship, it's kind of cool that you can kind of look down and see some things too, because a lot of ships, you know, like especially like Misk, they'll stop at the top, like a big old dashboard. I don't know, guys. I kind of like this. I wish I got my red paint on it though, but that's a story for another time. Maybe if I take it to Seraphim Station, I'll have a better chance of painting it there. I'm excited, guys. Hopefully going through the jump gate is not too complicated. Does anybody have any tips? I mean, you just like fly up to it and it's automatic like Elite Dangerous? Or do I have to actually like do something? very utilitarian. I like the fact that it's got the med bay in there, I must say, because if you're me and you're clumsy, a lot of accidents can happen. I just thought, you know, for some reason I thought because it had the med bay that it was medical oriented, and it just didn't make sense to like have that elevator. Like, what are you gonna do? Like throw people that are dying like up on the second floor and be like, good luck. But you know, for solo, yeah, I agree with you. Speaking of medical, I think I have an Apollo in my hangar. Those came out, right? I thought like people would make a bigger deal out of the Apollos, but it doesn't really seem like people are talking about it too much. So that has me thinking they screwed the pooch, or it's just another medical ship. No better than my medical Pisces. Try to see if we could actually track how far we are. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. I'm afraid to get out of my seat because one of the patches, like sometimes you get out of your seat and like fall through the ship. Hopefully I've not encountered too many of those. This is kind of cool about Drake, where they've got like these little keyboards. It's got a very like, I don't know what I want to say. It's like a very retro feel to it. I feel like I'm in the 80s. You know, the system that I do want to see is the one that has Magnus, which I think is Drake's homeworld. I think that would be a really cool place. I'm imagining like very dark, very industrial, kind of like Levski, but with a Drake feel to it. Yeah, I totally agree with you. It still pays to be careful because nothing's worse than like doing a long haul and then something weird happens and it just screws up the whole thing. Going back to that Spirit, which I like a lot, it only has one door, and I remember I landed once after doing a haul, and the doors weren't working, so I couldn't get out of the ship. It just kind of ruined everything for me. It's like using a lot of expletives that I probably can't use on Yahoo. I like your name, Slot Spartan, though. Like, my college mascot was the Spartans. Are you from Greece by any chance? Let's see, on upside your ship has a medbed. Yeah, sorry. Can't read too well at like 3 a.m. You could say your imprint on it. Okay, that's a good idea. I forgot about that with the medbeds. Missouri, wow. It's even later there than here. That's cool though. I mean, I must say I'm not a Chiefs fan, but, you know. Other than that, Missouri sounds like a really cool place. I don't know. Sometimes when I'm at Quantum, I like the little details, like seeing my stick moving around and stuff like that. I gotta find ways to entertain myself. Let's see. Still stretching a little. I gotta upgrade this quantum drive because I feel like we could quantum faster than this if we really want to. But yeah, on another night when I have some more time, I want to take this into combat a little bit and just get a feel for how decent it is. I just bought the ship. I don't even know what size the lasers are on this thing. I'm guessing these are probably size 3s. It seems like it's got a lot of them, though. One thing I don't understand, and, you know, it's probably like the engineer in me. Like I work in IT. But, these thrusters not being symmetrical, it seems like an atmosphere you'd have an imbalance, right? Like some sort of torque imbalance. But I guess they figured out that just 2 small thrusters on the left are probably just as strong as that thruster on the right. But if that's the case, then why not just use that same size thruster on both sides, right? Little things like that annoy me. I don't know why. See, that's a very Drake thing to do, is to like slap size 1 shields on it. So, so as soon as those shields go down, then you have your very Drake paper thin hull, right? I mean, a ship this size, I would think, I'd like to see it at least have size 2s or size 3s, but I guess since it has 2, then, you know, maybe I'm being too judgmental. I don't know. And it looks like I better turn off the cruise control. We're going to have a really good story to talk about. All right, let's just make sure we don't hit anything. Oh, I think we're going to hit something, guys. That was kind of weird. It felt like I was like in a gravity well there for a second. All right, first time through a jump gate, so don't judge. And I'm doing it in a Drake ship, which may or may not be a good idea. Let's see. That is really cool, though. It looks like, I'm trying to think of like where they stole this from. Kind of reminds me of like Mass Effect with the relays. All right, anyway, I'm looking for, you know, a little marker that says, hey, there's a jump wake around here. What's this marker trying to tell me? There we go, there we go. That's what I'm thinking of. The jump point. What do you guys think? Is it best to try to go through that? Like, kind of reminds me like that game Space Truckers. I don't know if you guys have played that. It's kind of new. I like it though. Let's see, it's a tier 3 bed, so it respawns range of 50,000. They added a range to it? That's confusing to me. Although I think that's a good idea, right? Because it was just too simple, right? Like with to have a med bed and to get locked in, and then you could like die anywhere, and you're right back in your ship anywhere on the planet. So I guess that's good that they added something to it. This is kind of strange to me, guys. I feel like it should have like arrows like on a highway that goes here, but I guess this is good enough. Maybe this is adequate for most people and I'm just an idiot. All right. Are they going to stop me here? I feel like they should at least scan the ship or something. I assume we're going to go into that little tear. Let's see, the rings in the distance are supposed to be aligned with the gates. Okay. Oh, so we are totally out of alignment, aren't we? Thanks for that tip. Let's try to like get into those rings, huh? Do I need to spool up the quantum drive, by the way? Well, I left it spooled up anyway. I probably have no shield going. Once you get to the second ring closest to the hole, your head will light up, okay. Standing next is temporary, so it's not aligned up with those. Oh. Yeah, it seems kind of weird that they would have the rings here, and then, I don't know, like those signs I was flying through. But I guess these rings have the same effect. It's actually a little bit better to ring it, right? Oh boy. Let's find out what goes on in there. Looks like a wormhole. Okay, I'm gonna slow down a little bit. I feel like there's some sort of calibration going on here. We're tuning. Okay, we got, whoa. I guess I was so close, it just sucked me in. Whoa, this is cool. Kind of reminds me of the end of like that movie 2001, where Dave is like, my God, it's full of stars. This is cool that you can move inside of it too. Oh, whoa, I guess you have to move inside it? Well, that's weird. I wasn't expecting to have to do anything in here. I thought I'd just sit back and enjoy the ride. Well, it's a ride for sure. Whoa. So what happens if you like fall out? Better question, like what happens if you run out of fuel when you're in here? Do you just like cross into a paradox or something like that, or become like a bunch of stars? Well, this is a lot of work, guys. I'm actually concentrating here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh no. That was not good. Dare I look at this from the outside? Let's see. No, it looks like you can't change the view. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's not good. I saw flames. Whew, that was stressful, guys. All right. Well, welcome to Nyx, right? I assume Pyro's less civilized. All right, that's kind of cool. Let's pull up the map and get our bearings done. Wasn't what I expected. I think I like the Elite Dangerous way better. But it was a cool effect. Darn. I keep on zooming like way too far out. I got Stanton, Pyro, Levski. There we go. Levski. Which looks like it's the only thing out here right now, right? But I do understand they're still working on it. I'm just glad to see Levski again. I think it took them way too long to bring it back, but being that it's CIG, not only do they have to bring things back, but it has to be like 10 times bigger and better. All right, let's get calibrated. Thank you. I wasn't sure I'd make it there for a second. That's gotta be interesting with a whole sea, right? That's like less maneuverable. Hopefully it's not so bad. I was thinking if this goes any more south, I might have to ask one of you guys to pick me up or something. You're yeeted back into whichever system you're closest to at the edge of this system. Okay, well, at least there's some yeeting going on there. I was afraid it's going to turn into like a far escape scenario if anybody saw that old show. Really? I was not expecting you to say it's actually easier with a larger ship. Huh, I wonder why. Maybe the mass of the ship keeps it steadier. I think I'll try it later with my ass guard. But I do want to spend more time on my hull C. I'm seeing like all these videos of people making a lot of money with them. Although I thought I heard that they nerfed hauling a little bit, so I guess I'll have to see what that's about. But yeah, I was trying to start a logistics organization where we just do stuff like hauling, mining, and well, salvaging wasn't even a thing, but stuff like that. So I gotta get back into it and start learning where things are at with the game. I'm a little bit worried about engineering now. I have a feeling it's going to be like too much for me to manage. Like, what if something breaks in that wormhole? Like, are you going to have to like fix that? I feel like, you know, and apparently I think AI has been outlawed in this version of the future. This is pretty cool, by the way. Let's just change our nav mode here. It's very cool. Where is the planet though? Is it this white marker down here? Or is it that original asteroid I was pointed at? What is this marker trying to tell me? Okay. It's trying to tell me ignore that marker. Alright, let's get in there for some adventure. This is pretty cool though. I haven't been to Nyx in years. It still has the same color in tons of asteroids. Actually, I feel like it picked up more asteroids. Deep in my YouTube channel, I did like I actually did a video called Leaving Levski, because I was so sad that they closed it. And, you know, I just kind of went through like all the features they had and stuff like that. So I'm gonna have to go back and look at that now, which is a couple years old, so I can compare how it's changed. All right, let's move closer. Let's yeet our way in there. it's pretty far away, huh? That's the Hull C hauling is great. Okay. So let me ask you this about the Hull C, like, because like, I think you have to build up rep and hauling, right? So do I have to haul with something smaller before I get those Hull C missions, or can I just like move like, I don't know, 5 SUs of cargo on that thing? I feel like I'm at max speed, but I feel like it's still kind of a slow little crawl. Oh man. Oh man, as a hauler, I used to make a lot of money going to Levski. Let me see, I think they pulled out Levski when they decided to bring in Orison, right? They're like, oh, by the way, this didn't belong in a Stanton system. I guess that was a well-known fact. I didn't know, though. I was kind of surprised when they pulled it out. I was like, what? This is like one of the coolest places in Stanton. And they're like, no, it really belongs to Nix. Nav mode, okay. I mean, I've heard of this nav mode thing. It wasn't really a big thing when I was flying before. And I can't hear right now, so I'm not sure if I'm in nav mode or not. I'm assuming not, though, because I'm not going that fast. There we go. That's nav mode, right? Yeah, when it's spooling itself up. Okay. However, I don't know if I need to go fast anymore because I'm starting to see Levski there. That's like classic me. I figure out how to do it, and then I don't need to do it anymore. Oh, sorry, had to cough there. All right, let's see, are we close enough to hail them? I still haven't figured out how to get in here because this is definitely a lot different. Before it used to be like a planet, and you'd go down there like, you know, like Hurston or Area 18 or something. But this looks more like a Grim Hex deal. All right, I guess we'll figure this out. Sorry, I was reading your note about what they did with the mission system there. I'm gonna have to check that out. Oh, maybe I shouldn't fly that close with these wings. So that's the other thing that kind of bothers me, okay? And this is the same problem I have, same gripe I have with the Corsair. When you have one wing that's bigger on one side than the other side, I mean, isn't it like a little bit tricky to figure out like what the heck you're doing or how close you can go? And I don't even know if I'm supposed to fly through this hole, guys. I just think it looks cool. Kind of neat. It's like somebody bored a hole here and they didn't finish the job. Or maybe they did. Oh, that is cool. Is this... Oh, wow. Okay. That is so cool. I wasn't expecting this. And I wasn't expecting that. I need to slow down either. Oh, that is so cool. They still have that Hope is here. Okay, that's cool. I don't think it was written on the asteroid like that, though. I think it was a flag before. I'd have to check. This is really neat. I love what they did here with this. I'm just not sure what the landing zone is. Oh, the hangars are down there. That is pretty slick. Wow, so it's like completely underground now. Because it used to be above ground, if I remember. As a matter of fact, I used to enjoy driving my tumbrel like around there. That is very cool, though. Yep, and the smokestacks are the same. Okay, yeah, okay. I'm just not remembering this right, but I do remember now this is the main building. This hole was not this big though before. And the little hangars were not down there. That is really cool. I love what they did here. All right, let's see if we can find a hangar to land in. The ATC guy here used to be pretty funny too. Alright, I joined a queue. What the hell? This is like a popular place now for people to go to. Yeah, I see a 400i. That's just a guy showing off. Hey, I'm rich, you know. Look at me and my 400i. Let's just let's see how close we can get to him before he gets annoyed. He's probably like, ew, get that piece of Drake crap away from my fancy origin. This is pretty cool though. Now you got some pads here. Yeah, it looks like a Perseus. I'm just gonna land with the 400i guy. Sorry, I realized I was going too fast. I forgot I'm still remembering how to fly. It looks like he's learning how to fly too. Alright, we're just gonna sneak in on his pad. We're gonna do a very Drake thing, guys. Sorry, I was afraid I'm going in too fast. Boom. Alright, not my best landing, but you know, we made it alive and that's what counts. God, I wish I could take a picture of this right now. Because I have a friend who plays and she's like, she thinks that ship is the hot shit, you know, like really fancy. And here I am parking my Drake next to it. Alright, it looks like the hangar's not open now. I think anybody can go in there, right? Let's find out. Let's just make sure I got my helmet on. And I probably should have turned off the thrusters, right? That's like a very noob thing for me to do, but that's fine. If you want to steal my Drake, go ahead. But joke's gonna be on you. Alright, let's make sure our helmet's on, because that would be another bad joke on me. Cool. I wonder if they still have the bar that I used to go to a lot. I used to go by myself though, because nobody else would go with me, but you know, whatever. I'm looking for the ladder out of here. I'm gonna have to get used to this ship. I feel like the elevator should come up here, and maybe it does. Nah, I think I opened up some shaft. Yeah. That's just weird, guys. I don't know. I feel like they could have done that better. Alright, I'm looking for that elevator thing. I guess maybe it's up here. Yeah, it's like my same gripe with the 600 eyes. You gotta like sit there in some of the constellations and wait for the elevator. But with this, since you're climbing up like 3 levels, that's a lot of work. So I think that's probably the only thing I don't like about this ship. Like even a caterpillar is probably easier to navigate on the inside than this guy, but... And let's close you up in case somebody wants to steal my Drake. Although I can't imagine why. I'm just marveling at it. You know, it didn't do bad as far as like, you know, a ride here. And 400i guys, I guess, still trying to figure out what he's doing. And I thought the 400i was like cool for a second, and then I got over it real fast. That's a freight elevator. Oops, I may have made a bad miscalculation here. Is there any way to get in from here, or is it just freight? Looks like it's just freight. All right, well, joke's on me. I'm gonna have to go in there and radio in like the old-fashioned way. Let's see if we can figure out where that elevator is. It should be back here somewhere, right? I feel like it let me down somewhere around here. Is it on the nose? Maybe. Yeah, maybe it is. Yeah, it is. It does have a sign there, though. Elevator. Reading is fundamental. I mean, it's cool that it has an elevator, but why doesn't it take you up to the 3rd floor? And why in the future are we still using levers like that? Yeah, well, I prefer levers to the touchscreen crap that's in my car now. I miss, like, buttons. Alright, I thought the ladder upstairs was here. It is, right? Gosh, this is confusing. Okay, that's a trap door. Okay. It's gonna take some getting used to. And I fell through another trap door. Okay, that should be there. And that's the battery. I guess it's in here and I missed it somehow. Yikes. That's definitely gonna get some getting used to. Okay, but the elevator is right there, so I'm an idiot. If I had just turned left here, I would have easily gotten back in the cockpit. Okay. Alright, that's fine. I'm learning. So let's see, if you're taking friends, they'd have to sit in the bed, though. Yeah, and I wish I had read Sloth's message sooner. I would have seen that it's to the right. Alright, luckily we left the engine on, so let's, for some reason I thought I might hit something. And what was that? That's like the alien ship? One of the alien ships. Alright, ATC, take me home. If you guys are wondering why I'm looking down all the time, it's because I have like a stream deck with buttons to help me out next to my flight sticks. Because I did my best to like map the buttons to the flight sticks, but I can't remember things. I need labels. I'm at that age now. Definitely Space Dad vibes. Alright, hangar requested. Is my cruise control on? I can't even tell. I think it's weird that it's down there. Okay, he says request completed, so that means they must have given me a hangar, and they did. It's really cool to see these other ships flying around now. Like, Elite Dangerous does this pretty good, and I know I keep talking about Elite right now, but it's just on my brain because I want to get that new ship. But I guess what's really cool is that in Elite, those are NPCs, and those are real players, so that's even better. Alright, let's pull up our landing gear so we can get in there faster, because I have a bad habit of getting in there when they want to close the hangar on me. We're coming in a little hot and heavy, guys. Uh-oh. So this is what I'm talking about. A guy like me is going to make this mistake all the time. But my fault, my bad. I should have had the landing gear down. That's pretty funny though. Being that it's a Drake, I'm surprised the wing didn't just like snap off. Okay. This is a cool hangar though. It reminds me a lot of Grim Hacks. The new Grim Hacks anyway. Very cool. Well, it's nice to be safe and sound. Let's go see what Levski's about. This time I will shut down the engines. Keep that fan running. Alright, super cool. Alright, so let's see if I learned my lesson. The ladder should be around here, right? Like I shouldn't have to leave this room, right? I should mind my head, open a trapdoor, which is cool that, you know, in that case I didn't even have to open the door, I just had to like walk on it and mind my head. Okay, it's not too bad. I can get used to this. This might become one of my new favorite ships. Mainly just because I like weird looking ships. Like, I got the Herald just kind of like as a joke because nobody would get the Herald. But I like weird stuff. Speaking of weird stuff, this is kind of weird how they did this. Alright, I guess we're going to go in here. I would imagine halls from here to stand should make some money, though, at some point. But speaking of the Hull C, I don't think I saw the docking collars. I assume they're somewhere. I like this, though, very old feel to it. Like, it looks like you'd be miserable living here, which is pretty much their deal. Alright, they still have customs. Oh, Teach's Ship Shop. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, that used to be a cool shop. I wonder if it's, I wonder if I'm gonna crash right now. The fans are kicking up on my machine. And I was so laggy that this guy snuck in here. I should have put that armor on. I don't know. I definitely, when I see people wearing this, I definitely get like Warhammer vibes. Hey, he was nice and opened up the door for me. Alright, I guess it's just a lot of lag because there's a lot of fools here like me. I'm not even going to bother to get on a mic to greet everybody. Stronger together. Alright, it's checkpoint. Alright, I don't see anybody to pat me down. Okay, this is just how I remembered it though. This part being here. Little statue of little Anthony Tanaka. They made him work 4 shifts in a row. And he had a horrible accident and died. Which sparked the revolution here. Remember Anthony? People used to bring stuff here to like drop off. I should have brought a Pico or something. And it looks like this guy just dropped off altogether. This is cool. Looks like a lot of people are enjoying this place too. Alright, let's take the central lift here. I feel like this game is just gonna like crap out on me right now. I guess being that it's a free flight, yeah, I mean, if I'm new to the game, and I feel like I'm new to the game because I haven't played in so long, I'd come here too. And how do you call the lift here? Sorry, dude. Didn't mean to like get in your way. Looks like it's coming. There it is. That's so cool. I love the view. I'm totally like nerding out here. But it's like being somewhere I haven't been in years. Because, you know, literally it's been probably 2 or 3 years. Docking's broken? Okay. So I will not be taking a whole C here then, is what you're saying. Auto lift, okay. I'll have to see. Everything's bigger than I recalled. Oh yeah, this used to be like a little maze thing here. Kind of like what Glacier had, if I recall. Stronger together. All the union types are here. Yeah, it's still pretty much here. That's awesome. Alright, let's go to the... I think they called it the Grand Bazaar, right? That was like the marketplace. Very cool. So I'd imagine there's not a lot you can do here yet. But it's cool that at least it's back in the game and you have at least a 3rd system now. What's the deal with Pyro? Is there a lot to do out there? Or is it just like a ganker's paradise? When I think of Pyro, I think of the game EVE Online. Where like, there's a certain system where PvP will probably be like going down. At least that's how I imagine it would be, but from what I recall, because I played an early access version of Pyro, at that CitizenCon I went to, it was very big, so I'm wondering if it's too big to really have random encounters with people. That's cool. Yep, buy a Hello Kitty doll. A Star Kitten. That is super cool. Alright, I made a Star Kitten for a friend of mine. If she plays again. Oh, and they sell the helmets. That's awesome. Very cool stuff. Except I'm so lagged I can't pick anything up. Oh, it's a mug. Okay, that's cool. I'll take it. This helmet, I think I remember getting that before. I don't remember if it was like a loot drop though or something. How do I put something in my inventory again? Oh, I forgot to get a backpack, didn't I? Oh well. That's fine. We'll just carry it around. Yeah, we'll take off this helmet so we don't look like a weirdo. I feel like in the back of my mind is always like wear a helmet, because back when I was first playing this game, I used to like step out in the old Port All-Star all the time without my helmet on. Not on purpose, mind you. I just forgot to put it on. Freeze my head off. Alright, that's cool. I wish it wasn't so laggy here so I can enjoy it a little bit more. But I'm getting the idea. Pretty cool. Cafe what? I'll see what this is about. You know what? You know, I think Grim Hex has like the coolest bar, but nobody goes there. And like they set it up for racing, but I don't think there's like a racing course out there. Are the Habs still out here somewhere? This looks very cool. However, very cool in the sense of like a empire in decline kind of way. Like, is most of the UEE poor? It seems that way, right? Stand your ground. That's the weapon shop. Seems like they're sold out of a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff go down here. It's pretty cool. Let's see, more PvP in Stanton than Pyro. that's kind of messed up. I guess it didn't really accomplish what they were trying to do then. Why is that though? Is that because most people are still in Stanton? Or do you just have a better chance of running into people in Stanton? Sub level, let's just take a quick look over here. And speaking of Stan, I think I'll probably just fly back to Stan because there's not much to do here, right? Well, let's see if there's any missions. This is pretty cool, though. Sorry, I know I keep saying pretty cool like every 5 seconds, but I'm just pretty blown away by how much detail and stuff they put in here, and the fact that an NPC is a part of a rock. At least his leg is twitching. And what are you doing out there? Alright. It's just weird. You two are giving me weird vibes, so I'm just gonna leave. I will say, I didn't see too many NPCs standing on chairs. Like back in the old days. Alright, as soon as I catch the next lift, I'm going to take a look at what jobs are out there. If I can get like a small little box mission or something, I might do it. Although I think I'm going to have to buy a multi-tool. The days of carrying boxes are over. Oh, going down. Oh. Okay, what's down here? My computer's having a day of it. Like the fans are really spinning hard on this one. Okay, supplies. Oh, well, here's a chance for me to get that multi-tool then. Yep, right there. What do you mean blocked? That's funny. Was there like a vendor machine I can just buy from? Yeah, looks like we got it here. Not sure if I'll actually need it, but it's just good to have. Hey, might as well get a backpack too while we're at it. So I can take my Star Kitten merch with me. We'll just quickly buy this one. Let me see if I remember how this works. Containers. Why did they sell those random containers? Can you actually fill them up now? Okay, I think we want this, but I think I'm also going to have to buy some armor, right? I have to buy something for it to stick to. Sandbox activity. So, like, what's a sandbox activity? Speaking of sand, is the dune sandworm out in Pyro? I know I saw people were making a big deal out of that when it was introduced around the same time, coincidentally, that the Dune game came out. I was more into the Dune game at the time, so I didn't see what was going on here. But I kind of got over Dune pretty fast. Although I'm going to get back into it. Dune's not a bad game, but I feel like I rushed to get like a lot of stuff and then kind of reached towards the end of the content. Although I know there's more I haven't seen, but I just felt like I was losing a purpose in there. Not that Star Citizen gives you much purpose either, but I forgot you have to. Don't they like store things in a storage terminal now? Yeah, that's cool. Hello. Oh, the one thing I meant to buy though was the multi-tool with the tractor beam, right? Here. She's probably like, that weird guy just threw a mug at the floor at me. Alright. That is a big mining laser. Levski's mostly miners though, right? I'm looking for utility. They got a lot of stuff here. Docking modules. Not sure how that works. This is a good tractor beam. Looks like I've got enough money for that. The max lift. Why not? If you're gonna go, I was gonna say if you're gonna go big, but kind of makes me sound like a douchebag. Ore sales. Just looking for like one of those storage terminals so I can pick up my gear. I like this though. I feel like the server's gonna crash on me any second now. Back in the old days, this would be like a 30K already. Oh, by the way, I guess they have server meshing working, right? There's like a lot more people on the servers now. It's another reason why I can't believe that PvP is hard to find. Alright, we're gonna wade through this lag fest to get my gear. You know, it kind of makes sense that you have a terminal like this, but then like, it's still kind of like magic how your stuff comes out of the terminal, right? So I don't know, did it really accomplish what they were looking for? I don't know. As far as that immersion goes. I wonder why they decided to go with the auto lift system too. Not that I'm complaining. The apex worm, thank you for correcting me. There's the Argo Atlas. Yeah, I have an Atlas. I have a Geo too. I haven't used the Geo. Geo's for mining, right? I haven't done mining in like years, literally. Maybe I should do it though. It's a cool, chill activity to do. But I think I got the Geo because it had the thrusters on it, right? Yeah, jump jets. Why would the jump jets help you with mining now? Did we get off at the wrong level? I'm looking for the hangars. Yeah, I think we did because I don't see the Tanaka statue. Oh well, one more level. Food, surface, airlocks. Wonder if they have a garage somewhere where you can pull out your vehicle, kind of like what Lorville's got going on. Alright, I guess we're looking for it to go up to level A, so we'll just hang out till it comes back up. Then I get off at level A, I want to take a look at what missions are out here, if any. She kind of freaked me out. She's like, "Do I know you?" In a hangar, okay. Yeah, I knew you could pull out ground vehicles in your hangar, but that's like more for loading it on your ship though, right? Or can you actually like just drive it out there? Because Old Levski, I believe, had a garage, but Old Levski also sort of had like a little road system that was like circling it. Because back in those days, people thought about roads. Just kidding. I shouldn't make fun of it because you guys did mention to me that I guess it was mentioned in an IFC or something like that they're thinking about roads. I look like I'm starving. I should probably eat something, huh? Hopefully there's something on level A. Hey, dude. It's kind of odd how they like walk up to you before they walk around you. It's easier to navigate caves or scale mountains with the jump jets. Okay. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I only did like ground mining like when it was very new with the multi-tool, in which I did think it was cool, but I did get lost in a few caves a few times, so I quickly moved over to rock mining when that came out. I remember that was such a big deal when the rock came out. All right, I'm just gonna hop on this thing. I feel like it's always going down. Maybe it's going up and I've just missed it. I assume those are halves, though. Let's see, sub-level. Yeah, this is where we want to go. There's the hospital. I should check in there, huh? Not really, though. We're trying to get out of here. Because it is a lag fest. I'm just looking to see if there's somebody who could sell me a hot dog or something. Because your boy is hungry. Under maintenance. Okay, so that means there's nothing here. Alright, that's fine. I think we can make it back to Stanton. If we need to. Let's just see if there's something we could take up with us, because the hauling side of me hates to go back with an empty load, if you know what I mean. That is just, it would be good for me to just know what's available out here. Oh, there's some stuff going on. Cargo. Oh, I hate these. I don't even bother to do this if it's like 3 or 4. I'd just rather we just do one stop, especially with this game being janky. Collect a package from a wreck site in the Glacian Ring. Yeah, I would do it, but it's coming back here to Levski, and I want to go back to Stanton. Just because it's too lagtacular here. I might have to wait till the free flight is over to come back here. Well, that's fine. We'll just fly back to Stanton with an empty load. Alright, I don't quite understand this. Not that I'm complaining, I mean, but are these NPCs? Oh, people have looted them. Okay, I gotcha. Which is, just terrible. Not something I would condone at all. Let's see if there's something left. Okay. Sean Takamura. Well, you know, rest in peace. we will call an ambulance. Maybe. Yeah, so many dead people around here. Is there like, I guess there's no glacier out here? Is that what the deal is? Crime stats are tolerated out here. Alright, let's find my Drake section. Wait, I have an Apoa? Oh crap, I totally forgot I had a Santoki High. I don't really recall ever flying it. I think I tried to fly it when it was new, but it was so bugged. Alright, here's my clipper. Oh, it's still on the pad. Maybe we can get up there. It is... okay, so we'll just go to my hangar. Maybe it's common knowledge now that it stays out there, but in my day, it would have been pulled in and impounded by now. Oh, but I guess it's my hangar, right? That makes sense. I guess what doesn't make sense is that we own hangars like everywhere. And that was me, my mouse kind of came out the screen a little bit. All right. You know, if it wasn't such a lag-tacular day, I would check out Teach's. That was like a ship shop where you could actually like walk around and see the ship stuff, I recall. Hangars are instanced now, so it will sit there till it's stored. Okay, cool. Is that part of that server meshing deal? I like the look and feel of this stuff. It's just nice to see something different. I mean, we left RYZEN where it was all nice and clean and you could just smell the richness all over it. And then there's here where it's like, you know, you can tell the people are poor and depressed and their lives suck, but they're still making something of themselves, I guess. I'm trying to find a positive spin to living in Levski, but I'm not sure there is one. I think this is the perfect ship though to go to an industrial place and like anything Drake, you feel like you're a part of the people. I like that person who showed up in the 400i. That person just looked like they just wanted to rub their money in the poor people of Levski's face. Alright, with some luck, we'll get some practice at the gate again. I imagine I should probably refuel though. I was watching a Verity stream earlier and she ran out of fuel. And I was like, oh, wow. Definitely takes me back to the fuel rat days of Elite Dangerous. All right, let me see if I remember how to refuel here. Is one of these, right? Landing, maybe? Yeah, there we go. Let's repair. Probably has to repair my wing. That took one for the team. All right, I guess we're fully stocked up. I'm still processing. I never look at how much money I'm spending. It's kind of the same thing in real life too, because at least where I live, gasoline is so freaking expensive. So I just kind of drive up there, park my car, and just close my eyes and hope for the best. All right, let's radio ourselves out of here. Thanks for that flying object. Sorry, I can't hear if my engines are on or if the ATC has answered. Okay, looks like they answered. It looks like we've got liftoff. And just because I like to see my way out, I'm not really a fan of backing out. Let's do this, guys. We got very lucky there with the wings cleared because I did not bother to even check. This is just so cool seeing the other pilots around here with their stuff. I mean, they don't have a clipper, so I'm sure they're very jealous of me right now, but it's cool to see their ships too. A little sarcasm there. What happened to this guy? Alright, he flies worse than I do. He just like flew it straight into the flame. Wow. Oh my gosh, is that a herald? A little herald that could. No, it's not. What is that? I'm gonna have to get a closer look and make this guy really uncomfortable. What is that? Is it damaged? Or is that the shiv? I can't tell what that is. And this guy probably thinks I'm trolling. He definitely probably thinks I'm trolling right now. I swear I'm not, dude. I'm just trying to admire your ship. Alright. And a view of Levski. Alright, that looks like it's a Star Lancer. Well, let's figure out how to get to the gate. Man, this lag is... The struggle's real out here with the lag. I guess I am a little bit of a jerk, huh? Flying around other people's ships. I swear I'm doing it out of admiration now. Well, that's cool that you have a gate to Pyro also. So did they do these systems because they're adjacent to each other or they're close to each other? I wonder. I wonder if there's any logic to how CIG does things. Ah, man. I hate when it's like that and it won't lock it in for me. Just give me a flight plan. Damn you. Alright, there's not that much stuff out there, so maybe we'll get lucky. Let's safely pull away from here. And then we'll SEM it. So that SEM flight mode thing is kind of new for me. I have to like get used to that a little. I'm not sure I understand what the advantage of doing that was. But I guess these programmers know more than I do. They really should. No more than I do, anyway. Alright, Levski here. Where is the jump gate? Oh, I made that same rookie mistake, didn't I? I'm looking like outside of the system. Ooh, ouch. That hurt my eyes. Hurt my tired eyes here. Alright. Can you just filter for stuff on this map? Because I've totally misread things a few different times here. Alright, that's Levski. That's weird. It seems so far. No, we want a route to Stand Gateway. Finally. Alright. Yeah, I mean, I could tell they fixed some things, and what is it, like a maximum of 100 some players now? But I still get that janky feel. I don't know why. I can't put my finger on it. Alright. Let's spool up that quantum. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to get out into SEM mode. Finally. I can't tell if it's active unless it's like spooling. Which again is probably my rookie mistake. Alright, and I imagine it's not gonna let us like hyperspace through asteroids. Oh no, 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 no. I did not see this. Shoot. This might be a really short trip. Okay, we got lucky. I'm gonna actually use that Toby and actually look. Alright. I'm just flying around through here like there's no asteroids or anything like that. Not sure what I was smoking. Whoa. So when you say it's 700, did they actually have 700 or did they say it's 700? That's pretty impressive. But with 700 players, you should be getting more action in Pyro for PvP, right? I guess they just made the sandbox too large. And you say they introduced SEM for to avoid the joist fighting. Okay. Yeah, so back in the day, like when Laranite was the thing to haul and caterpillars were like the king of hauling, it's like before Halsey and all that stuff. I remember getting into like a bunch of jousting with people to try to like land and get some Laranite. Also the subject of one of my funnier videos. Didn't do very good, but I thought it was pretty good. But yeah, it's very early on. It's probably like 3 or 4 years old now. Yeah, jousting was always weird, especially jousting in atmosphere. You really should not be able to do that. In space, I can kind of get it. And I don't know why this is making me think about the, I don't know if any of you guys have watched The Expanse. I'm a big fan of that show. And, well, I didn't read the books too much. I don't really read too many books at all. It's probably like my Achilles heel there. But I like how The Expanse uses like real, I mean, they try to get, you know, as close to real world physics as possible. So I would imagine jousting is possible in space. But anyway, getting back to The Expanse, there's a pretty exciting MMO that's coming out for that. So I'm hoping they don't screw it up and that it's a lot of fun to play. I think some early trailers have already come out. All right, let's should we de-SEM it? Says I'm really close, guys. The other thing I don't understand either with the SEM is why do your shields go down? Can anybody explain that one to me? All right, I'm looking for our rings. Let's see, is the best thing to do like to fly close to that thingy? No, I'm gonna guess that it is, and we're just gonna do that. I like moving faster in SEM, but as I feel like I'm a new pilot all over again, it feels like it's too fast for me. Probably have to turn down the speed a little bit more, huh? And we are now officially in Armistice. Okay, there's a lot of stuff to mine here, but we're looking for the rings. I feel like it should be where the flashy lights are. I could be wrong now. I've been known to be wrong before. I'm just following these little arrows, hoping that it takes me somewhere. All right, hyperspace jump. Come out, wherever you are. All right, we had 100 messages. Was not expecting that, guys. Thanks for keeping me some company. Not quite over yet because we're looking for our way back home. All right, and if you're wondering why I'm flying around like I'm a little confused, it's because I'm a little confused. Let's see. Does this happen to everybody or is it just me? Alright, I'm just targeting stuff, so hoping I can find that little wake thing. There it is, right? Oh no, that's some dude. There it is. I guess if you ping scan enough, it'll become evident to you. Alright, is that far enough that we should SCM it? Yeah, why not? Oh wow, dude, we are like perfectly lined up for once. But then again, you guys did say that they kind of screwed up the alignment, so technically I'm probably not lined up when they fix it. I feel like with the signs down there that we should be going in this way. I don't know. I know there's no right or wrong answer in space, but it's an annoying side of me that tries to figure out where the ground would be. Alrighty. So I'm wondering, am I supposed to stop at the sign and maybe get scanned or something? This is like jumping for idiots. Or dummies, I should say. Those dummy books. Okay, probably a good time for me to slow down. Alright, tuning complete. Alright, it says to activate it, but how would you activate it? I just fly in there. With reckless abandon. Need to manually open it now. Oh. Okay. Yeah, it rejected me, looks like. Oh. Well, that's weird. Do you like radio it to open it? Left click, okay. By the way, I unmapped, oh, okay, I guess that worked. I was gonna say I unmapped the guns from the mouse because I was accidentally clicking on it. But that worked, the left click. Thanks, guys. Last time I just kind of flew into it. Jump point opening, okay. How would you know it's closed though? Did it say it was closed? No, I'll just go with it. All right, dudes, let's ride the wave. Oh boy. Yeah, this one's tricky. Jeez. No. So what happens if you hit the side too many times? Whoa. All right, let's pay attention. I am really bad at this. I imagine it's just more damage for your ship. To Stanton and beyond. Let's see if I can do it in third person here. Whoa. Not good. Like it's adding a lot of friction every time I miss it, huh? Oh, was that another pilot? Felt like I almost hit a cutlass there. Alright, welcome to civilized space. Yeah, that is a little stressful. Have you gotten yeeted before? Before I read too much chat, I should pay attention to those asteroids. Yeah, let's just go to the nearest station here. Endless Odyssey. Feels endless, alright. That's pretty cool, though. First jump and first time in a clipper for me, so all in all, a good night. I just wish I could have seen those best in show ships one last time. I think I own all of them now. Let's see. I know the Gladiators, one of them. Asgard, I think, is one other one too, right? What would the other two be? Which ones am I forgetting, guys? Let's see. I'm going to use this time real quick to take a quick drink. I will be right back. Enjoy some Star Citizen and sci-fi game commercials. I'll be right back. Not real commercials, the fun type.
I've done it 1,000 times. Because the regen has always been the strategy. Let's do this. One more time.
Welcome to the Mycelial Network. Please state the nature of the mycelial emergency. This type of attack could spread through the entire network, which would...
All right, I was going to say there's nothing more embarrassing than getting yeeted, but there's nothing more embarrassing than realizing you were on mute this whole time. Thanks for letting me know, guys. I gotta read my chat a little bit more. But anyway, I was just saying I was going to take my chances and stand up in quantum and walk around and enjoy the ship a little bit, and it seems like it held together pretty well. And while we're in quantum, I'll just take this quick time to quickly plug. I'm trying to grow the Twitch channel, so if you're watching on Twitch, if you would consider giving me a follow, I would be very, very appreciative. Same thing on YouTube. It is free to subscribe, and it's free to unsubscribe if you don't like it, but it would help me out a lot. But yeah, thanks for that tip, Sloth. And I think somebody posted it's only 3 hours till Best in Show. I don't know if I could stay awake that long, but it would be nice to just see if they screwed up the skin this year. I think the best in Show year was the Time to Cutlass one, and well, actually I think Cutlass has probably won more than once, but they had like a good black and white skin with like a gold stripe. I can't explain it. I have to like go back and actually look that one up, but it was pretty cool. I liked it. Speaking of which, let's see, were there any sales deals today? For, let's see, where's my browser? Let's check out LAE for a second. Before we do though, I have this bad habit of remembering that my speed is on maximum when I get out of quantum. And boy, can that be messy. Alright, let's see, speaking of messy, where is my browser at? One of these days I'll get better at remembering where stuff is. Alright, anyway, let's take a look. I think today was Anvil Day, right? Which page am I looking for, guys? Not to live free. I wonder, just out of curiosity, how many javelins they've sold today. I mean, that's like a $3,000 ship, right? Let's take a look real quick. It must be like extra zoomed in. I know that these go right away, but I mean, it's not impossible. I have bought a Kraken. I'm not proud, but I was able to slide in there and get it. I'm not sure it was a good deal now. I bought this years ago when, you know, Kraken was like the king of capitals, it looked like, but I don't know. I can never see myself spending this much. You're seeing American prices because I'm in California, but yeah, 3,000 USD dollars for this. Jeez, that's ridiculous, guys. All gone now. All sold out. I guess if you bring all cash, you can get it for 2,700. Jeez. They sell out, so I'm wondering how many they have each year, but geez, that's a lot. You definitely gotta have a lot of friends for that. And Eclipse is the deal. This is a cool ship, but it's way overpriced, I think, because I mean it's only like one person, and all you can do is go in there and stealth and then bomb, right? So how much fun is that? One thing, well, I mean, I know a lot of people do like taking that what's that big bomber Hercules variant? It's the C3 or whatever. I mean, just like to go in there and troll you. That SRV, that tow truck thing, I think would be pretty cool eventually. Anyway, so Best in Show is locked. I'm just trying to see what the ships were again. Maybe they have it here in about the expo. No. Yeah, so that's the Twitch drop armor. As you get if you can, you know, get one of your friends to take a referral and get an account. I cheated and just, you know, made an account. I'm hoping I can gift back the ship. Something about Star Kitten, for years they just wouldn't release that again, so I fell for it. I'm like, yes, I gotta have it. Alright, Arrow. Which one am I thinking of here? Anvil, right? And why am I thinking of Anvil right now? Because I'm thinking about the Gladiator. That, and we talked about Paladin too early on. Do any of you guys have experience with the Paladin? This is an interesting one here, the Crucible. I mean, I think right now if you're going to buy it, it's a good time to buy it. But it's pretty much like a mini capital ship though, right? It can repair all your ships. It's kind of like your base away from home. I think it's going to be a really cool ship. I can't believe they don't sell the Hornet Mark 1s anymore. I have like a Love Seeker Mark 1, but it doesn't say Mark 1 on it, so anyway. That's neither here or there. I'm trying to figure out why everybody is like swooning over this ship this year though. It's been out for a long time. I don't think it particularly looks that good. It is I guess a bomber, right? All I remember is that this was supposed to be a modular ship though. But I don't know, I seem to see people are like, hey, buy the ship now, it's gonna go up in price. Kind of like the Raft. If any of you guys haul, from what I hear, the Raft is one to get right now because it's cheap and it's most likely gonna go up in price. Jeez, $4,000 for all the Anvil ships. All that money and they don't even have a capital ship, right? The swag has been very disappointing this year. Alright, but going back to Aegis. What's the ship I'm thinking of here? What's the other bombing ship that they have? Geez, Hammerhead. Alright, true story. I had this a long time ago and I melted it because it just wasn't fun, like without my friends on there. And very few times did I have enough people to actually like man it and gun it. At which time I realized that me spending money on ships like Polaris is probably a bad investment. Well, any of these ships is a bad investment, but hey. Yes, Retaliator, you were right about that. I think it looks weird on the inside, but it seems like it would be a valuable ship, right? 175, that's too much money now. Probably buy it in game. And true story, I bought one of these, but I've never flown them, so I don't know how good the Saber actually is. I like my Saber Raven now. I think Saber Firebird, well, all these are a little overpriced, but eh. I think the only cool thing really, and honestly, as a person who got the original Saber Raven, you know, that you had to get from buying the Intel thing, it kind of sucks to see that they're releasing these variants, you know, because it's no longer that sought after thing. Of course, you still can't get the Raven variant, but still, who cares? I mean, it's really like the design of the ship was the cool thing, so it was kind of nice to fly that thing and have something that, you know, people didn't really have. But SIG will do anything for the money. I used to like these ships a lot, but I don't really use it that much anymore. As a matter of fact, I should melt mine. This one here, I don't know what to make out of it either. As a logistics person, is this one really worth it? Or it seems like the Crucible would be a deal, even though it's more expensive. It just seems like you can do more. And the Penguins. But yeah, I don't think Aegis has really innovated in a while, huh? I guess this year it's all about RSI. So you can swap out torpedo modules for cargo. Okay, yeah, you remember you could do some sort of swap, but I wasn't sure what it was. But I always feel like Aegis is the brand that makes things go boom. That's like all they do, right? It's a bunch of boomsticks. I had a Redeemer for a while too, and I forgot what I got rid of that for. I don't know, I kind of miss it though. Maybe I'll go back and get one. Or at least a cheap upgrade to hold on to it, to get to. Yeah, because I mean, Redeemer is kind of like a mini Hammerhead. The only thing is I did not like the way that it flied. Like it felt like flying a semi-truck, and I understand it's a big ship, so I guess that makes sense, but still. Alright, so it's best in show and then the finale and a farewell to next year till their next big sale, whatever that is going to be. And I'm wondering if we have arrived yet. Let's take a look. See, looks like we have. I'm just lucky nobody tried to start any stuff with us. Yeah, it's a good thing we turned on the speed. Ship Showdown top 4. Thank you, because I forgot the name of these ships. So it was the Polaris, the Asgard, Zeus, ES, and Gladiator. The ES is which one is that again? Is that their bomber or no? And it was Zeus. They have a cargo. They have a bounty hunting one that's not out yet, right? So what does the ES do? Exploration. Okay. I kind of wish you could still buy, like, well, they never made this for sale, but it'd be nice to have gotten the original Zeus, because that one looks, it's got a very NASA-like feel, and I grew up watching the space shuttles launch and stuff like that. As a matter of fact, sadly, I remember being, a kid brought into a auditorium in elementary school to watch the Challenger flight, and then it blew up, so that was the very last time they ever got us together for rocket launches, sadly. But yeah, I remember being a little kid, and you see the thing blow up, and it's kind of like the adults really don't know how to explain it, kind of thing. So yeah, I was probably like in 3rd grade, maybe 3rd or 4th grade. If there's that you are so right. It'd be nice if there was a museum somewhere. I think like whenever they bring Terra into the game, that'd probably be a great idea. You should pitch that idea. And I wonder if I'm gonna land before I starve. Yeah, let's put it in cruise and start asking for a pad. I don't know why I chose this station. I just wanted to be somewhere that wasn't lagtacular. I feel like I'm going either too fast or too slow. Thank God my brakes are really good. That's probably just me having to get used to flying again. Yeah, it's like I'd crank up the speed just a little bit and it takes off. I'm in SCM, aren't I? Rookie mistake, all right. Let's fold those wings up, before we have a problem. Whoa. All right, this is a sign that I probably need to go to bed. All right, let's not do it at that angle. I feel like the guy must be like, how drunk is this guy? Whoa. That is like, I'm not sure why I'm getting so much thrust feedback right now. Huh. Is the cruise control on? Yeah, maybe. All right, well, we made it without dying, so that's a plus. I'll take that. All right, guys, I think I'm gonna have to wrap it up though, because it's like 4:44 a.m. for me. But thanks for hanging out and rapping about IAE for a little bit. I guess in 3 hours we'll see if the best in show skin is worth it. But thanks again. I hope you guys will stop back again soon as I start to learn to fly a little bit more. We'll get into more exciting stuff. And then they'll probably change the flight mechanic again on me. But yeah, I'm interested in seeing what happens with engineering. Yeah, I'm getting that message. Hey, your stamina is almost gone. All right, as soon as I get to safety here, we'll see who we can raid. And move on over to, have you guys bought any of the best in show ships, or did you own them already? Let's see, out of that list there, which ones did I have? I have Asgard. I know it's Asgard, I just like to call it Asgard. Oh, that's really, I never thought to open up these two together to see what it's like. That's kind of cool. So I guess if you're like in a bike or something, you could, you know, go straight through. It's not bad. I'm really curious to see if a mule would fit in here, though. Oh well. That'll be something to figure out later. Hopefully if I have a friend on next time. And that is the med bay. Which way is to the interior? Not this one. Oh no. Are we stuck? That is funny. I think we might be. There we go, steps. I knew that was there. Alright, I totally forgot you gotta look for these like self-land things. It's all coming back to me though. It's like riding a bike, guys. Polaris. Oh, well that's really cool that the Polaris has a skin. I think a lot of us got Polarises. Probably because like you could tell when they introduced it, it was going to be a cool ship. It was still, you know, kind of pricey then, but nowhere near what it's like now. That's kind of why like I picked up the base building ship. Which one is that? Not this year, but in a previous year I got the Pioneer. I think that one whenever they come out with base building, which I'm not too excited about. I mean, I'm excited about base building, but I'm not, what's the word I'm looking for here? I'm not comforted by the fact that they have not really spoken too much about it. You can tell I'm tired too, because I'm like, what level am I getting off on? All right. Let's get a slice of pizza here. Or whatever food they may have. Although I wonder, it's probably easier to just like kill yourself and then wake up with all your health, right? Are these rental terminals? No, it's cargo. Okay. It's cool that the stations are different, but it also drives me a little crazy because the floor plans are all different. And I'm not sure where I'm going. All right, let's get some food. So they got mirrors in there. When are they gonna, you know, put in the bathrooms? Because, you know, sustenance is one thing, but it's got to exit somehow. I thought Chris Roberts was going for maximum realism. What's going on here? Why is it always dropping it? I mean, it's definitely user error, but I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. I'm just trying to left click. No, I don't want to place it. I want to drink it. Do I still have my helmet on? Is that? No, that's not it. I'm trying to be a good citizen here. I'm trying not to litter too much. Trying F this time. You know what, F this. The other thing too is, do they actually sell pizza at this place? I have yet to get a slice of pizza from this joint. Like the burrito place, yeah, it's easy to grab a burrito or the hot dog, but pizza, I don't think I've ever gotten. All right, well, I'll find something or I'll die of starvation. It was an empty bottle. Well, I'm an idiot. I thought I bought it though. Did I buy an empty bottle? Well, thanks. I'm glad you called that out. All right, let's go for maximum guzzle. All right, we still need to find food though. Come on, dude. Where's the pizza? I'm starving. And something happened because I walked straight down a wall. People often leave empty bottles right. Oh, they got me. That's what they did, huh? Maybe I need to start doing that. Start leaving empty bottles right there. The park. It's jerky, but it is funny at the same time. And I fell for it. I'm not proud of it, but I fell for it. All right, just I guess I have to take the elevator. I hate to do that. Just to get a bite to eat. I feel like, you know, all these bases should have like a, you know, some sort of food right here when you get off. I'm going to put that on Spectrum. Damn it. And if it's there, I want you guys to all to vote for it. Because look at this. I mean, I could die trying to find a bite of food. Instead, when I need to eat, what do I get? Weapons. That'll help. Let's see, orange and green bottles. Give a small amount of food. Okay, I'll go back and do that then. Nice sort of tip. I kind of hate that he added that in there, but I guess it gives purpose. I mean, you guys remember the days when you didn't have to worry about this stuff. Did I take the wrong turn here? I think I did. Yep. All right, so anything with color has a little protein in it, I guess. So that one right there is an empty bottle, most likely, huh? Let me see if I can get my bottle game down. No, that one's just a demo, I think. I don't have placing down. And apparently you can't throw it at the NPC. However, that would be a jerky thing to do. The NPC is just trying to make a living here. His life already sucks because he's got to, like, you know, sell bottles to me. Alright, so I'm just thinking about this Best in Show ships again. I have a Polaris, I have an Asgard, and well, now I have a Gladiator that I was talked into by the creators, the content creators out there. They're going crazy over it. And a Zeus ES. I don't have an ES. So does that mean I've got like 2 hours to decide if I'm going to buy one? Let me take a look at the Zeus real quick. Just wondering what the price is on it. Not that I'm advocating that you buy anything, you really shouldn't, but since we're here. Let's see, we got Zeus would be RSI. They were like, they opened the whole thing up, right? I haven't heard too many people excited about this salvation thing. Or these guys. It's just kind of disappointing. Alright, next generation report. I'm just curious, why did the community vote for this one out of the Zeuses that they could have chosen? Like, because exploration isn't really, like, you know, a thing yet. Is there a deal on the upgrade? No. So it's like no sale. I'll have to think about it. It's such a gamble without knowing if the skin is really worth it, right? But something like this, if I have the pennies left over, you can always melt it or upgrade it to something else after you get the skin, right? This ship I'm actually interested in. I think I want. I think Bounty Hunting's coming out next year, right? So I think at the very least I may hold on to like a CCU. But that's one thing I have the other Zeus, which I kind of like. I actually use this one for hauling. I was gonna say, if I didn't use this one, then it'd be nice to just CC you up to this guy, right? Oh, you can't even do that because they're the same price. Damn you, CIG. Let's see, MR is the variant. You have, okay. ES is the loner. Well, what do you think of the ES? How much cargo can you hold in that thing? I'm only asking because there's not really much exploration in the game right now, right? Let me think of this price. I shouldn't do this right now, but this is stuff I have right now, so what would be my closest upgrade to this? Huh. I'm kind of baffled why the SRV can upgrade to this. Oh, I'm sorry. My eyes are just tired. I thought this is 185, not 165. That's not too bad though. I think the SRV is going to be valuable, so I'm going to hold on to that ship. But if I wasn't going to hold on to that, that's like a $10 upgrade, so that's kind of cool. This isn't bad either. Well, the sad thing is you'd have to, like, you know, if you had a prospector, you can cheaply upgrade it to this, but you most likely have a prospector because you want to keep it for mining. ES is a cozy ship. Well, 32 SUs is not bad, actually. Darn, I just didn't want to buy another Zeus. I may just have to, like, say, okay, this one skin I'm just going to have to, like, be okay not having. Most of the skins for the ship are not too impressive, though. I like the Starscape one. Well, hope you guys enjoy what is left of the show and that you get all the ships that you want to get. I always try to give myself a budget, and then I never end up sticking to it, so that kind of sucks. But anyway, thanks for keeping me company. I'm looking for somebody else to transition us to on Twitch as we speak. But it was fun having a nice little cozy stream with you guys. I'm not sure why I see a window floating around in the background there. Must be something I did wrong. Let's see. That's like really weird that it's there. Okay. I think we're fixed. I am rusty at flying in Star Citizen and rusty at how Twitch works. But I will try to get another English speaker, just because that was the language on this stream. I know many of you guys are bilingual, but I tend to, like, pick streams that are not English speaking because I can't really tell. And then people will message me later and they'll be like, hey, you dropped this off in, you know, a German stream or something like that. I'm like, I don't know, look like they're really cool. Let's see what we got here. Star Citizen. Actually, it's getting pretty early on the eastern half of the United States, so there may be maybe some other streamers I'm aware of. I know around this time I usually get Salty Mike, but I know he's not necessarily everybody's cup of tea. Well, it looks like Croncy's doing his thing, so let's check in on him. Sadly, on YouTube, I don't know how to transition anybody anywhere, so we'll just have to end it on YouTube. But anyway, if you're on Twitch, we will be moving over to Croncy. Thanks for hanging out. Really appreciate the company, and I will see you guys soon. I'll probably try to stream again later tonight with a new ship. Anyway, thanks again, and we'll catch you soon.